I'm not going to listen to them. So Elijah, who was confident of this, said, hey, whoa, 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 bro, take it easy. Take it easy. Fear not. Fear not. I don't want you to disable this tool. I'm sorry, I want you to disable this tool that the enemy is using against you of fear to further blind you to the reality of what's really out there. He says, fear not, for there are more that are with us. He's talking about the angels. I just gave you Psalms 91, verses 11 to 12, Hebrews chapter 1, verses 13 to 14. He says, to which of these angels have I said at any point, sit here at my right hand while I make your enemies your footstool? None of them I said this to. Instead, he now begins to give their responsibilities. He says, are they not all ministering spirits? The word minister means to serve. And to serve who? Ministering spirits who are now sent forth, meaning from heaven, okay, to minister unto those who are heirs to salvation. That's you and I. But because we don't hear these preachings, then the minute problems come, you become fearful. That's the first thing that's blocking your spiritual life. It isn't that God isn't downloading. It isn't that the angels of God isn't bringing the messages, but it is blocked by the spirit of fear, which is instituted by the enemy. So you go into panic attack. You cannot sleep. You losing weight. You can't understand nothing because it isn't that the information isn't coming. It is coming. So this is why Elijah says, fear not, young man. And now he began to tell him the reality. But the reality, and this is what I love, was the spiritual realm. He's saying that these things that you cannot see, but I'm going to call them out, are controlling the things that you do see. So watch this. Let's go back here now. This is so juicy. He says, fear not, verse 16. And he answered, fear not. Verse 16 of 2 Kings 6. Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. He's saying there's an invisible party that is assisting, that is influencing greatly, a demonic party that is the hosts of Syria. There's a demonic presence influencing them as well. He said there's a supporting team of heaven sent specifically to aid us. Now we have to be convinced that this battle is spiritual. And when we are convinced of that, we operate from a spiritual perspective. In other words, here's what he's saying. You don't send back evil prayers to sender. You don't say, they send witchcraft at me, I send it back tenfold. You're not operating in the spirit. You're operating in the flesh. Why? Let's go back to the spiritual laws. Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle what? Not against whole flesh and blood. So the truth is, the Syrian army isn't the true enemy. The true enemy he identified. He says, those that be with them. He's talking about a spiritual group of people or beings, very powerful. But again, they have to operate by the rules. And what they operate is on the ignorance of men. And how do we initiate that? Through fear. The Bible says, and I think Proverbs either 25 verse 29 or 29 verse 25, and it says that fear is a trap. That's what it is. It's a trap unto a man. In 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, God did not give us, listen, the spirit, identifying fear as a spirit. God did not give us the spirit of fear. Job, through his own admission in Job 3:25, he said, the very thing that I have feared has come upon me, and that which I was afraid of has overtaken me. So fear is looking for compliance. Fear is looking for agreement. The minute we succumb to it, now in ignorance to the reality of the spiritual realm is introduced. And that's why the average people, Christians at this, become confused. And what do? They go back to tradition. Let's go in the park, go pray. Let's go make noise and scream for about 15, 20 minutes in some open space and cry out to God, and let's roll over in the grass and let's put some cameras on us so people can see us doing foolishness. You are reactive. You are reactive. All this time, nobody is praying against the source. Nobody, the portal in which those spirits came through the sorcery, witchcraft, the Freemason, the secret societies, the portals were open because, like I've been teaching you when it comes to spiritual warfare 101, no demon, no devil, no evil spirit could ever enter the earth realm and operate. They could hover, they could look, but the only way they will have the right to operate is through the agreement of a human being and that spirit. And this goes all the way back to Genesis chapter 1. He said he has given mankind dominion, not spirits. He's given mankind dominion over the fowl of the air, over the fish of the sea, over everything that crawleth, meaning that any spirit that wants to operate here must consult, must make an agreement with. That's what obey and voodoo is all about. That's what the things of God is all about.